Fire investigators are working to determine what started the fire that forced a family from Omaha from their home just after 4 this morning. Fire crews were called to a house near 41st and Binney, block north of Maple. They found a house with smoke and flames coming from the attached garage. Took about 10 minutes to knock it down. No one was home at the time and no injuries reported, but firefighters recovered 2 dogs that had died. The family will have to find another place to stay due to the fire, smoke, and water damage.